Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our series of teacher interviews. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Miss Kathy Andrews. Kathy, welcome.
Thank you.
So, first question we like to ask all our faculty and staff, who is Kathy Andrews? What should we know about you?
Well, I guess I'm the oldest of 5 kids, and I had 6 children myself, and within 10 years, and now I have 8 grandchildren, so I think it's a given. I like kids.
Okay.
I grew up in Illinois and lived in the Midwest all my life, basically, and I love teaching. I like to sew. I like to make quilts and do a little gardening.
Okay.
So yeah.
You mentioned 8 grandchildren. Where are they?
Oh, they're kind of scattered all over.
Okay.
One's in college up at Northern in DeKalb, and 2 of them are in Atlanta, and I don't get to see them more than once a year. So I've got 1 in Chicago, and I've got 2 in, actually I have 2 in Chicago, 2 in Cedar Rapids, and 1 in Peoria.
Wow. Most of them in the kind of Midwest, but all spread all over.
Yeah.
That's neat. So you've taught for many years. Why did you become a teacher?
Well, I decided when my third year of school was a big, momentous time for me, I guess. I was 8 years old, and I loved my teacher. Her name was Miss Carlson, and actually, she just died last year. Oh. So she must have been about 150. I don't know. But anyway, she really, I always loved to read. I loved school, but she was something special. And so I decided that year that I wanted to be a teacher. And that year was also kind of momentous because a new girl came to our school, and her name was Stephanie. I'd never heard the name Stephanie before, so that's when I picked out my daughter's name, too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
that was a big 3rd grade year. You decided what you want to do for the rest of your life and your first daughter's name.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So did you ever waver in that decision the rest of your kind of?
No.
You knew, I want to be a teacher.
I knew it. Actually, I got married shortly after high school, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. Mm-hmm. And so I put off going on to college, and I had my 6 kids, and which wasn't really the plan, but it happened. And so anyway, the year my oldest daughter started college, I also started college.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's very neat. What a neat story. So obviously you finished your degree, and then once you got that, you went into teaching.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you've taught for more than a few years, you've had a career out of it. Why do you still teach? What keeps you in the profession?
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I always wanted to do it, and,
mm-hmm.
and I was right about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives me motivation to get up in the morning. My husband passed away 10 years ago, and so it's something I can get up and say, I like what I'm doing. I know I'm going to have a good day today.
That's wonderful. Is there something specifically about teaching that's kind of life-giving for you?
I think it's the kids mostly, and I try to bring God into their life as much as I can, and literature really lends itself. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I could teach in a public school and not teach literature and not talk about God, because He's there,
Right. No, absolutely. So that's kind of a good segue to our last question before our lightning round. Why are you teaching here at Prince of Peace Catholic School then?
Well, I've always taught at, the first school I taught at was Sterling Christian School.
Okay.
And then I came here from there. And so...
so you've always been at Christian-focused institutions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's important to you?
That's really important to me, yeah. And I hope someday when I'm gone, because I am an older teacher now, and I hope someday when I'm gone, they'll say about me, she loved Jesus and she wanted to tell all of us.
It's wonderful.
I just hope that's what they say.
Yeah, and you're able to do that at a school like Prince of Peace.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So we're ready for the lightning round. Some of your background and things like this. So kind of we're looking for gut reactions. Don't overthink it. Just kind of one way or the other.
Okay.
So you've coached speech for many years. Do you prefer individual or group?
Individual.
Why?
Because we can focus more and work together to put out something really good. It's just one person,
And that's hard to do in group.
It's more difficult in group. Yeah.
This is kind of a famous English controversy or language arts controversy, really. The Oxford comma, yes or no?
No.
Okay, I'm a no as well. Why? Do you just out of preference or?
Yeah, that's just preference. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't feel like you need that comma before the and. I don't know. I don't know why, right? It's before the and, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not a big fan of it either. Okay.
No.
So this is going to be controversial, right? But you've lived you lived all over the Midwest, as you said, but primarily I would say probably Iowa and Illinois. Pick one, Iowa or Illinois.
I think Iowa.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Illinois has, I don't know. I guess now that
because you have grandkids in Illinois
gut
too?
reaction, I said Iowa, but I don't know. As far as like education goes, it's easier to get, to keep your degree going and to renew it, And
in Iowa?
In Illinois.
Oh, in Illinois, I was going to say, yeah.
It's easier in Illinois.
Yeah.
There's a lot less cost on a lot of things like license plates and so maybe I change it to Illinois right off the bat.
That's our first lightning round where someone has changed the answer. That's funny. No, I mean it's tough because you have kind of you both have been home for you. So
yeah, they're both pretty much the same to me. I mean, they look the same. We same kind of people live in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah, that's probably going to trigger some Iowa and Illinois people when you say it's very similar. They're going to be like, no, Illinois is much different, Iowa is much different, but that's okay. And then I think this is a good one, especially as someone who's you spent your career teaching English. What is your favorite novel or work to teach high school students?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Why? I can tell you probably love it so much it's hard to just name one thing.
It's hard to come up with one thing. I just think it speaks to people, about people. I think that any of us can relate with it. There's a lot of things, coming of age, that whole idea, and racial thoughts. What do we think about those kind of things? And laws of the land, and there's just so many things that actually apply to us.
And it's still so relevant decades after it was published.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with me and speak to everyone who's watching. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye, everybody.